at a whole nother garage this morning. I'm going to try to get a couple things fixed, see what they say about the doors, and yeah, I'll let you know what happens. Explain how this works to me. This was cut last year. It is not in the ground, and yet it's got fresh buds. What is going on? That's amazing. I just got the van back and then brought it to garage number 3 and made an appointment there. Garage number 2 was great. They did what they were meant to do, told me what worked, what didn't work, fixed the thing that they could fix, and told me where to bring the van to fix the things that they couldn't fix. It was great. It went smooth. My kind of place, my kind of people. Now I have an appointment to fix the door, which is so expensive. What am I doing? He showed me that the door actually does open. It's fine. And no, it does not stay open when I drive. So what happened the other day when I was showing the van to that guy, I don't know why I couldn't get it open, but it's fine. So that's good. The problem though is that it makes so much noise, like not just rattling, it's like a grinding sound, and I thought it had gone away. Like I was driving it around and it seemed to have gone away, but driving it today, maybe because he opened it or whatever, it was opened, and now it's like it loosens something. I think maybe when I don't know. Look at this little weirdo. What are you doing? What are you what are you doing? Oh my god, you're so cute and weird. Okay, bye. I just got off the phone with someone to do my headlights. It's so weird how this is like playing out. It's like one person, I call one person and then they have a lead and they send me to the next person, and it's like every step I take forward, it just gets better and easier and cheaper. It's amazing. So I have someone who's gonna fix the lights, and it's really gonna be way cheaper than I thought it was gonna be, so that is amazing. I don't know, man, maybe things are working out. I don't understand what's going on anymore. I had just gotten to the point where I fully accepted that I was keeping the van. I'm like, okay, I'm getting the lights fixed tomorrow. I have an appointment so that they're gonna be brighter and both of them are gonna work. I have an appointment for the side door that I already paid a deposit on. I just brought it back from the other garage this morning where they fixed a couple things with the muffler. The back door works. So that was me that didn't know how to work the back door. And I'm like, okay, so the only other thing really is like the squeak on the back door. And apparently that's a really common problem, and you just like fix it with grease. So I was like, okay, cool. I think we fixed all the problems and it's good to go. And now I can like just like pack it and leave, or do some kind of a build and leave. And just as I'm settling into that, I get a message, because I didn't take the ad down because I wanted to leave it up just in case, because I still wasn't sure what I was gonna do. And just as I settled into the idea of keeping the van, I get this message where someone was like aggressively interested in buying the van, and they're coming tomorrow. They're like, I'll come anytime, I want it. So, I mean, they really were adamant about how much they wanted it. So we'll see tomorrow if they actually show up and all that. And then right after that, I got another message for somebody who's like, just let me know if they don't come, because somebody else who's interested. So I'm just like confused right now, because I'm like, well, what am I being told? What is my path here? What is the direction I'm supposed to be going in? Am I supposed to be taking this van, or am I supposed to be getting another one? Or was the point just to get the van ready for the next person and then I could move on to get another van, you know? Like, maybe I just had to feel okay within myself to be able to give this van to someone else, or maybe the van had to be ready to be given to somebody else before I could move on, so that it wasn't like I was just giving them something that was like trash or something that they're gonna have to deal with all these problems. It was like I had to get it really to the point where this is a good quality van that you are going to be able to use before I could sell it to someone. And I don't know, that's like my theory. All I know is I think I'm confused. I just know that no matter what, like at this point, I know that no matter what van I end up with, it's going to have issues. No matter what van I end up with, if I get a Sprinter van, it's gonna probably have a squeak in the back. The side door having trouble closing like that is a pretty common problem that the guy at the garage even said. He's like, I see it all the time. Sprinters. He was basically telling me that the problems that I have with this van are problems that pretty much everybody has with pretty much every Sprinter van. If you have a Sprinter van and you've had different experiences, let me know. But this is what I'm hearing, not only from these mechanics, but also from like Reddit or whatever forums online. So it's comes with the territory. Let me tell you something. If you're thinking about getting a van and living in it, van life, whatever, it is not easy and it is not cheap. Yeah. So just be aware. I am at garage number 4, I believe. It's good. They're good. They are working on the headlights and found that there was a problem that I didn't know about that was most likely, logically, either caused by the first garage that had my van for like 5 months and didn't fix the door and all that, or it had been done before I even got the van, and when I got it inspected they never bothered to check the headlights. Totally possible. So I just went into the van today before I came here and I just sat in it in the rain, and I just wanted to feel it, like feel like how I would feel in this van. And it felt it felt good. It felt good. It felt good to be in the van. Like, it felt like it was the right kind of van, the right size. I could totally see myself in that van, or in a van like that. But this van itself doesn't really feel like the one. It's almost as if I really needed to go through this process of getting the van and seeing all the potential problems, and like going through the process of solving the problems and fixing it, and getting to that point where I overcame all those fears so that I could finally move on to the next step of hopefully finding the one, the van. What's probably appropriate is that in my journal I keep writing over and over again this concept where I feel like I'm being told that I need to learn to trust that the ground will be there to meet me when I take the next step. So it's like I just need to trust that I just take one step after another, and that the ground will be there, and I don't have to worry about the what ifs and all that, and just figure out what the very next thing is that feels right, that feels good, that feels in alignment, and just do that next thing. And right now I think that next thing is to sell the van to someone who really wants it. These people are really happy to have found the van. They're excited to get it, and that makes me feel good, and I want to feel good about it. So I just have to trust that if I sell them the van, and that the next step will then come into my awareness. Like, I will then know what the next step is. after I sell the van and I don't have to worry about it. That's how I feel. That's what I feel the lesson is right now. I just got the van back and the job that they did looks amazing. I'm so happy with it. I want to show you something because yesterday when I called them, it was 3:33, and I remember taking note of that because it was validation to me that I was making the right decision, making the appointment with them. And I want to show you something else. That's how much I paid. I have someone coming in about 10 minutes or so, depending on how late they are, to see the van. It's the person that messaged me yesterday, right after I got settled into the idea of keeping the van. They're the person that messaged me, super adamant about wanting the van. So they're really excited about it. If for some reason they don't buy it, I still have 2 other people that really want it. So I think it's gonna be sold, and I think it's gonna be sold for my asking price, which basically means that I made back the money that I put into it. I'm not making $1 of profit on it, but at least I made back the money that I put into it, which is also quite magical because I could have easily lost money. And I was just basically struggling with, do I really want to sell it or do I want to keep it? Because the other issue is that RVs and vans and trucks, they're just selling like crazy, and car companies are going out of business, and so there's always the possibility that, am I even going to find another van after this? And so that, I think, was giving me that anxiety, is like, I didn't know if this was the right idea, the right choice or not. And also, once I sell the van, I have no car and I have no place to live besides the place that I'm living in now that's driving me insane. So just all these things that I just had to trust. I had to figure out. First, I like really tried to feel it out, to feel out what exactly feels right. What is my gut trying to tell me? What are my guides trying to tell me? And it does feel right to sell the van, I think. But I also put my faith into the angels. I gave them control. I'm like, please deal with it, deal with this for me. And they've been giving me signs, like the 333 thing. They've been giving me signs that they've got this. So I'm trusting that no matter what happens, however this turns out, I'm not going to try forcing anything, and whatever happens is going to happen for my highest good and for the highest good of anybody involved. And that if and when this van sells, that there's something better coming, that the right van is coming, or the right thing is coming. Okay, so they just left and they don't want it anymore. What's going on? They were like super adamant about, we want this van, and then now they don't. People were asking me when they came to see the van why I was selling it. Obviously they're asking this, and I didn't know what to say, because I'm like, why am I selling this van? And then I was editing, so I went over all the footage where I was complaining about the van, basically, and everything that was going on. I realized that basically I was burnt out, clearly, and just frustrated from all the problems that were happening one after the other, where I was like, okay, I don't think this is for me, because I felt like it should be easier. It should, like, there should be a flow to it if it was for me. And I stopped feeling in love with a van, you know? And I want to feel in love with the van. I don't want to feel like it's a chore or a burden or whatever, mundane even. I wanted to be excited about it, and I wasn't excited anymore. But how are you supposed to explain that to someone when they come to see your van? You know, you can't be like, I'm selling it because I just don't, the vibe is like not working for me anymore. Like, no, that's not a good answer. I told people like it was life circumstances or whatever. Part of me did believe that it was my fibromyalgia or whatever, being that it's hard, it's difficult, it's exhausting. Like, my body hurts all the time and I'm tired all the time, and I'm doing this by myself and just dealing with one thing after another. It's a lot. And for some reason, it's like I had it in my head that if I just got a different van, that things would be easier. But as I'm solving the problems with the van, I'm finding out from people that no matter what van I get, I'm always going to have the same problems. So now I'm like, well, should I really be keeping the van or selling the van? It's like I feel like I have both options are totally viable, and I'm at a fork in the road where I can literally just choose either one. So which one is the right answer?